Welcome to the show. And today I want to talk about how cute dogs are. Hi, sweeties. Actually, no. I want to talk about. Let's put it right here and see if it works. Put the phone there. It's not working. Look at your hair. Ugh. It's a bad hair day. Bad face day. Bad hide yourself day. So, today I want to talk about Portland and the riots and closing of stores because of riots and people that don't seem to have any morals. Hey! Dog's growling at the other dog. We can't have that. You can be angry and sin not. You don't like that she chased you outside in the yard. You don't have to retaliate. You could chase her back because you're chasing each other for fun, but I don't want you growling at each other. So Portland. I thought when the news was on today about things that are closing in Portland, Oregon, in the United States of America. God bless America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Yes, and you should respect and honor your country. And a lot of people want to come here, but they should do it legally. That's all I'm going to say about that. As far as Portland goes, the riots, the thieves, the criminals, and then they let them loose. There's something going on deeper than just because a riot and you burned down buildings, vehicles, and you were left go. And then January 6th, you all know what I'm talking about, where they opened up, the police left them in, and only one police officer died, and that was from, I think he had a stroke. And they shot that Ashley girl in the head or in the neck, and she died. You know, she was from California, I think. Don't take my word on what state she's from, but yeah, and they talk like it was like a revolution and it's the worst thing that ever happened. Well, these people are freaking nuts that are saying this stuff. They're sick. They're sick and they have an agenda for power and the love of money, which is the root of all kinds of evil. But when they were talking about Portland on the news about why things are closing and et cetera, about Portland, Oregon, I thought of my Uncle Albert, who moved before I was even born, I think. Or I might have been just little, real little, like under 2 years old. I'm not sure how old I was. Or if I was even born. I don't know. Who knows? But he moved there. My mom's one brother. She was the oldest child in the family, my mom. In the family of 9 kids. My grandma lost one of the twins, I think. She named one Luke, and then the one twin, she might have named something else, Luther or something, I don't know. But no, not Lucifer, Luther and Luke. And the one passed away. The one twin didn't make it. Now, see, I'm the youngest of 10 of my mom's. Her oldest daughter, my mom was her oldest daughter, my grandma Bumberger. And Uncle Albert moved to the Oregon area to become a police officer. I'm pretty sure he took a job out there, and he was a police officer. And there was other things in the family that he wasn't keen about in Pennsylvania, whether it was someone that was always drinking and was a drunk or drinking too much alcohol or whatever. Come on up, dog. Join me. Now she can't. Oh, she can get up. So, she wants to sit right here. You're joining. Do you have anything to say for the video? Do you have anything to say? Not today. Okay, not today. So she has Blue Heeler, some mix. She's a mixed Heinz 57. So, yeah, my Uncle Albert became a police officer. And then his kids, he had 2 boys and a girl. The one boy got cancer. What was that noise outside? I think one of the guys is out here. I hope that's what it was. Uh-oh, it's the dog. I gotta get her. No, 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 no. She got the grease trap off the grill. You can't have it. Sorry. Not happening. So Uncle Albert became a police officer, and his one son was, I think, only in his late 20s, early 30s, maybe. I don't know, because I'm 66 now, so he might have been even younger when he died of cancer. One of my cousins out there in Oregon. And my aunt moved to California. My mom's one sister, because her husband got a job with the post office, and the job took him to California. So they lived in Northern California, my Aunt Peg and my Uncle Fred. They're both deceased. Uncle Albert's deceased. His wife, Lois, I think. No, was it Lois? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter their names. They're all deceased. Uncle Albert was a police officer, retired from the police force. And Uncle Fred took a job with the post office, and then my Aunt Peg was a banker. She worked in a bank, I think a teller, and retired from there. And then she moved back to Pennsylvania till she died of old age. But Portland became very liberal. And my one cousin that's still alive, she's probably 64, because she's a year or two younger than me. Uncle Albert's youngest and Aunt Lois. And they called her Coco because she had a birthmark on her arm that was brown. And I had a strawberry birthmark, but they didn't call me Strawberry. Probably because I was like hard-headed and didn't want to be called Strawberry, because they called me Kate or Katie. Or my mom would sing, Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only good girl. And I didn't like it. I used to say, don't sing that. Then she tried to kiss me. I said, I don't want to kiss. You know, I was one of those hard to deal with children, I guess. So they, instead of trying to help me, just tell me I'm bad. Anyway, off of that subject. Uncle Albert. And he had 2 sons, David and Michael, I think, and Karen. Kareen, I think. Did she want to be called Kareen for a while? Her name's Karen, though. And she had a brain tumor about 5, 6, 7 years ago. And then she stopped talking to me because I said something about our genes, meaning our genes in our family jeans, not the jeans I wear that are too tight clothing. And she just deleted it or got off. But I might be because she had brain tumor and had surgery. I know she's still alive. I tried friending the one cousin that's still alive. It might be David, or either David or Michael passed away, but from cancer. But the liberalness and the fact that our leaders, a lot of them, I don't care what party they're from, are changing laws to protect the people that done the bad, that do the bad. And then setting up, which I think some of the people in our government at the White House and at the Capitol building that work there have done things wrong and didn't do things they should have done. I'll just leave it at that. To set up what ultimately came out of January 6th of whatever year that was. 2020, I think. And 2021. Anyway, the year I'm not sure of, but I know it happened. And I was living in Missouri, but I thought if I was closer to D.C., I would go to that peaceful protest, which it started out as and was up until very late in the day, which the police were letting them in. The Capitol building police were letting the people in. And they say a lot of what I've heard on the news, yes, I watch Fox News, and what I see on the videos that they brought out, that there was a lot of peaceful things going on. But a lot of the agitators, which they have video of them screaming, go in, storm the building, go in, storm the building. And the people that were actually going up and hitting the windows and stuff were people that were told to do that, like some of the even FBI. But just how upside down it is with even Portland and the liberal cities and states are letting people live on sidewalks, defecate on sidewalks, and do whatever they want. and they're the right. They're the right. The criminals are the right. They're left to go. And I'm so confused about that. It just makes no sense. But I know Revelation. God, it's going to happen. And I'm thinking that maybe my Uncle Albert, when he moved out there over 60 years ago, was part of it to make people that were loving the Lord and keeping Jesus first and God first in their lives. And I could do this too if God would harden my heart, I guess. I'm not saying he was hardened, but he married a girl that was a Catholic, and I think he had to become Catholic. But don't take my word for that either. Lois was Catholic. I know she died on her lounge chair. What a way to go. She was sitting in her lounge chair. I'd love that. So anyway, I'm not saying nobody wants to die. Really, physically, we don't want to. And nobody wants to die unless they're suffering so bad. And then they say, I'm, 95 or close to 100. All these illnesses and feel so bad, so I want to die. Just go to heaven. See Jesus. Just be out of this misery or pain or whatever they're in. Anyway, liberal. Karen doesn't talk to us anymore from Oregon. That somewhere in Oregon. The farm Filberts. They're nuts. Filbert. Nuts. And I think her husband injured his hand or something. Anyway, I was so upset because and I told my one sister-in-law that I will have no contact with over and over, that I'm a very jealous person and I get like a green monster of jealousy. I'm not like that anymore, not quite as bad. But when we were at Disney down there at a hotel on, in what boulevard was it we were on? Not Celebration, but the other one. Anyway, in the hotel, she sat down on the bed right next to my husband. If you're a jealous person, the dog's trying to console me. Come here, baby girl. And I didn't like that, but I didn't say anything to her. But I told my sister-in-law that made me jealous. She knew. Anyway, enough about toxic, very cruel people. But Karen, like I said, disappeared from Facebook, and I was friends with her daughter, Molly. Or was it the other one? Her son is Matthew, her daughter's Molly, and Megan. One of those I was friends with, but now they unfriended me, so that's okay. I don't care. I mean, I care, but I'm not going to be a liberal about it and go burn a building down. So, just about Portland, Oregon. It's a shame, but Revelation is going to happen. I don't know when, where, how, or what, but you can study it and know that that's coming. Jesus is coming back on the clouds like he left up, and he went up and he was there and then he wasn't. They saw him rise. And actually Easter's coming too, that we'll celebrate. We should celebrate every Sunday, actually every day, that he was willing, even though he said if there's any other way, because he was flesh, he felt the pain. And but God's will be done. And he died, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning, the third day he rose, defeated death. There was a victory, and it doesn't mean death isn't sad or ugly anymore. It certainly isn't pretty. Death isn't pretty. But he defeated it. There's no victory in it. Through Christ alone, we can spend the rest of our days in his presence in heaven, in the New Jerusalem. So read the Bible, and I hope you're having a wonderful day and that you just keep dancing. Look at that glare on my glasses. Just keep dancing.